What's up guys, so today I am talking about obviously Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass called the Isle of Armour. What I've played the majority of it so far, and what I've seen is very good. I do have a few complaints about it, but I would definitely recommend, if you're into the Pokemon games, spending that bit extra on the DLC, because what we found out is they've added 115 new Pokemon. If you want, I'm not going to go through them all, but if you want to have a look, just slowly pause this and it will show you every single Pokemon that is added to the game. This is all credit to someone on Twitter pulling this up. But there are a lot of Pokemon on it. There's 115 added. Well, it now says 107 for some reason, but I've seen a source that says 115. There are a lot of really cool Pokemon that have been added, like Cypher's been added, so that means Scissors in the game as well. Obviously, you've got the new Galarian, Slowpoke, and Slowbro. There's a lot of really cool new Pokemon that have been added in to the game. It's going to mean that competitive is a lot more interesting now, because there's going to be, obviously you're going to get some of the standard Pokemon that they've been using anyway, but you're going to get a lot of new teams that are going to be into the game, and I wouldn't be surprised, but the new Pokemon Kofu, if that is in a lot of teams, because so far what I've used of him, he is fighting, obviously when he evolves he's either fighting in dark or fighting in water, and that's really impressive moves, really. Personally, I think fighting in dark's really cool because it's just like a really interesting moveset they can get there. Not saying that fighting in water is not good, because it is, but I will be definitely going fighting in dark. I haven't got to that point yet, but I am literally just about to come up to it. Literally all I've got to do is walk to one of the towers and then I'll be there. But what I've played of it so far is very good. I am going to play the trailer on the background just so if you guys don't know what it is. But yeah, as you can see, quite a exotic island. It's got some swampy areas, which are really cool. It's got a lot of caves as well that I found, and the caves, what you'll find is that there's different Pokemon in each area. Obviously, this is the Crown Tundra. I don't really have to worry about this part. But there are Sword and Shield differences. You fight a trainer right at the start. In the Shield one, which is the game I've got, you fight Avery. And then, just to pause this video, Clara is the one in Pokemon Sword. Now, Avery is Psychic type, and I'm guessing Clara would be more of a Poison type by the look of her outfit. I haven't played the Sword version, but that would be my opinion. But Avery, what you find out is Avery's very sly, and the character of Avery is she's got a very good potential of being an amazing trainer, but the problem is she doesn't want to put the work into it, and that's what you get told later on in the game. And what she tries is, because you've come on the scene and you look very strong, because obviously you beat her straight away, she's very much like, oh well, I can't have this, and she tries turning you away from the dojo, because she doesn't want the competition there. And then you turn up, and then she actually starts working a lot harder than apparently she has been. But yeah, it's very interesting. Quite a cool character. It was she's definitely not a likable character, but she is still a cool character to add to the Pokemon series. as you can see on my screen now, this is the dojo. This is the outfit that you will get from joining the dojo, and this is the master. I can't remember what his name is. It's something like Marmalade or something. But it's really cool scene. What they do is they give you a few tasks to go and achieve. The tasks are ways of just showing you the map and that. Like the first task you have is you have to go find these really quick slow pokes. The second task you have is, what was the second task? Yeah, you have to go find these Gigantamax mushrooms, which are really cool because if you find them, any Pokemon that can Gigantamax and like normally, but doesn't have the ability to Gigantamax, if you feed them these, like you have to go to the dojo and they'll cook them up. If you feed them, your Pokemon will be able to Gigantamax from that point. So what I did was my starter Pokemon from the normal playthrough was Grookey, and obviously it's evolved into a Rillaboom now. And I kind of wanted to bring back Rillaboom because he was my first Pokemon that I had on this game. So I brought him back, and he now knows how to Gigantamax, which is really cool. It means you can also, like any Pokemon that you've got in really good IVs, so you could have a Pokemon that's got really good IVs but just can't Gigantamax. You can now Gigantamax, so that's going to add a lot to the competition. As you can see, the Towers of Fist, got the Water and Dark Towers, obviously, depends on which one you want to go to, depends on the type. And then after it, obviously, you'll evolve, you get Urashiva. Single Strike style is the Dark type, I'm pretty sure, and Rapid Strike style is the Water type, if I'm corrected. But it's really cool. DLC so far has been amazing. Like, my only complaint with it, as you can see, there's the Gigantamax forms that we now have. My only complaint over it all is the fact that I wish they started you off with a new team, because I think it would have been a lot cooler to use the Pokemon that are on the island, which you can do, but I think it would have been cooler because, like, if you don't go into the first match without a Pokemon that's around about level 62, you're gonna struggle. And it is a lot, like, in my opinion, it's not that great because I would like it to be not a completely new game. Like, I think after you've completed it, yeah, you should be able to bring in the Pokemon that you had before. I think it should feel a brand new game and that you've got to level up these Pokemon and get through this stage. Maybe not like as low level as you would have started in the first like game, but yeah, a bit further through. Does add a lot more as well, like you can customize your bike, so you can make it a different colour. You've obviously got a load more outfits which are really cool looking. Um, and yeah, like, it's crazy because like the first thing that you'll probably see when you go into this is you will probably see a massive Whalmer that comes up, and the Whalmer, oh my god, I've never seen something so big. Like, say this is the normal size of a Pokemon. The Whalmer is like, it's massive. Like, they've actually scaled it to what you would expect it to be. So I went straight out and I was like, oh, I want to catch this Whalmer just because he's massive, and like, to be fair, I want to catch all the Pokemon to complete the Pokedex. I went out there, and all of a sudden I saw this like really massive wave come towards me. What they've done is they've animated Sharkpedo, is it? they've animated an animation, so he basically comes at you like a torpedo, and that was quite like, that was like, whoa, like what the hell could that be? But then, and it's quite like interesting because there's always one of them that's chasing you in the water. You can get away from it. You just use the bike and boost up, and you can get away from them. But they are very quick, and they will try and come after you. But yeah, like overall, really satisfied with the DLC. But I just wish they started it off with new Pokemon, because my problem is I didn't have any Pokemon that was around about that level. So what I had to do was go in with a Pokemon that was overpowered, and it was just one hit and everything, and it was a bit like, oh, okay, like this isn't really a challenge. And I want it to be a bit of a challenge because it's a bit more entertaining when it's a challenge and you do actually die. It's the reason why I do like Pokemon Nuzlocke and that, because it is just a bit more thrilling when you do get through. But yeah, like I do think the best DLC is yet to come. Like I think the second DLC will definitely be the best. Because there's so many legendaries that are going to be involved. Looks like there's loads more storyline in that one, and it does look really interesting, that map. I think this one was more used to push a lot more Pokemon at you. And it is an interesting storyline, added a really interesting Pokemon to the whole scene. But I think this one was very much more pushed along to you. Another thing that came up is obviously we all knew Bulbasaur and Squirtle were added to the game. So one of the things that happens when you complete the first task is you get to choose between a Gigantamax. Obviously, it's not going to be Squirtle or Bulbasaur, it'll be Blastoise or Venusaur. But you get to choose between the two. So if you do have Sword and Shield, it's worth doing both playthroughs just to get these two. But it's not a problem, because if you've got a Bulbasaur or a Squirtle, you can always level them up and then feed them these mushrooms. If you feed them these mushrooms, they can Gigantamax anyway, so you don't have to. The only thing I'm thinking is, I'm pretty sure there's going to be exclusives on both DLC. I'm hoping not, because it's a lot of money to splash out. Like, that's £60 each game, basically. But it does mean that you have to play through it twice, which could be interesting. You definitely have to play through it twice if you want both Kofu styles. I'll probably play through it twice at some point, because I would like to get Kofu in both of the styles. But it doesn't bother me if I don't exactly get the water style. I'm more fussed about the dark style. But yeah, it is really good, definitely worth uppicking. Like, there's always going to be complaints about anything. No game's perfect, nothing does it right. I mean, how do I know? There could be, like, I'm pretty sure I'm coming towards the end now, but there could be still a lot to do. I think it's a nice addition to the map, it's quite cool. It's definitely interesting with the new Pokemon being added. Makes, like, one, a lot more Pokemon that you want to shiny hunt. Two, a lot more Pokemon that you can use in competitive. And three, it just adds for more of a game. And I think, come with the next DLC, I don't expect them to add every single Pokemon, but I expect them to add a lot more Pokemon again. I'm pretty sure, I'll be shocked if they don't add all the legendaries and mythical Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure they'll add a few more on top of that. But yeah, like, I saw a Cypher and I was like, yeah, gotta get that straight away, because Scizor is one of the coolest Pokemon. I prefer Cypher, but I will evolve it into a Scissor because it is stronger. But yeah, there's a lot of really and there's a lot of Pokemon I haven't really used because after Diamond and Pearl, I didn't really play a lot of the games, so it'll be interesting to see what's to come. But yeah, overall, very satisfied by the game. Definitely worth picking it up. If you're into Pokemon, definitely play it. But overall, really satisfied. The characters they added really cool. The only disappointment was it felt like you're going through too easy of a game. Obviously, you could set yourself to the levels, but if you're like me and didn't have a clue what the levels were going to be, you just went in with whatever you had. So yeah, I think it's really cool, worth picking up, worth having a go at, and it is definitely amazing. If you want to go do it and you don't have a clue how to get there, just go to your local train station. I'm not sure if it's every train station, but the one right at the start, just before you go to the wild area, go there, get given a ticket for it, and then you can travel there. It's nice and easy, really simple, and yeah, if you haven't picked up, definitely pick up the Pokemon Pass. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video and comment anything that you either are really liking about the DLC or are a bit disappointed with the DLC, because I want to hear everyone's view on it. Because I wouldn't say it's a 10 out of 10 DLC, but I would say it's like a solid 8. Like, I would say there's a few things missing for it to be a 10. But then saying that, £20 for 2 DLCs, it's not you can't really go that wrong with it. Think you can spend £20 easily on a takeaway for your family, and that lasts you a few minutes. But yeah, definitely worth picking up. Let me know what you guys think of it, and subscribe and like the video. Anyway, I will see you later, and I hope you're enjoying the videos.